Hi there everyone, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. I am of course Emily. So hello, today Spirit of Steam has just released and this is me opening it for the first time. So let's see how this goes. That's quite a nice little screenshot there. I always sort of struggle to make shadows look good, but yeah, that one works. Anywho, I've literally just pressed the button to load it up for the first time. And you are going to experience it, pardon me, with me. I have driven, well I haven't driven, sorry, I've watched the Dovetail stream on this once, which was the Jubilee stream. I've not really seen anything else, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to have a cheeky explore with you guys and find out what the proverbial crack is. So, yeah, I'm not going to, we can just, yeah, moving on. So, I hope you guys are doing wonderfully well, like I say. There we go, ooh.
Welcome to Crewe, located in the northwest of England.
Not really, but carry on.
Step back in time and discover the soot and sounds of the steam era. Climb aboard iconic living locomotives hungry for coal and water. And work hard on
So I'm getting some stuttering. I'm going to turn my
historic Merseyside and Cheshire.
I can't turn my FPS counter on yet. Interesting. Very interesting. I have no control over anything right now. Oh, there we go.
There's an empty poster.
Ooh.
Let's fix that while we're here.
Empty poster? Oh no. Wow, okay.
There are more tasks to find.
Nice.
Be sure to refill sand buckets, fill coal sacks, place travel posters,
Uh-oh.
and light braziers.
That's cool. So we've got some boater hats, some bowlers, some fedoras, because everyone was a good fedora. So that's good to see. So we've got, first of all, there was a whistle there. We've also got blood and custard and maroon coaches as well, which is quite nice. What am I doing now? I'm going over the other side. Awfully sorry. So yeah, I've got the FPS counter up. That was a bit of a stutter at the start, but that does sometimes happen when you load a route up for the first time, whilst it does.
To board the train before departure. Take
Okay.
a seat in first class.
Good, that's how Emily always travels. Emily does not travel in standard class.
You can pause the experience at any point to review previous and current objectives. Check it out now, and then return to the game when ready.
Interesting, there's a tail lamp on the front of this. I presume that's not showing correctly, but lol. There we go. Like I say, it's strange that they've not actually set the... yeah, it's got a tail lamp. It should obviously have a white lamp, because it's the front of a train, not the rear. But yeah, so performance-wise, it's a bit heavier.
Powered by an LMS Jubilee Plus steam locomotive. These were built between 1934 and 1936 and originally nicknamed Red Staniers because of their original crimson livery, but later earned the nickname Jubilee when one of their class was named Silver Jubilee in recognition of the Silver Jubilee of King George V. During your journey as a driver on this route, you'll learn to drive this locomotive as well as the LMS Stanier Class BF, a freight locomotive. You'll learn to haul a variety of different freight between the bustling yards and perform both express and local stopping passenger.
Oh, there's the 8F. We'll have a look at that in more detail in a moment, but I'm just enjoying this for now.
Learn all there is to know about operating these iconic locomotives in an era when steam was king.
This does look very nice.
Welcome to Train Sim World's Spirit of Steam, Liverpool to Crewe.
Okay, so that is the introduction done. Actually, we'll get a Steam achievement for that momentarily. So what I think I'm going to do is we're just going to take a short little drive out of somewhere we know, so probably Liverpool, and just have a look at the Jubilee and just see what it's like. So we'll go for a June day, so it's nice and sunny. Edgehill Sheds, no. Preston to Euston. That'll do. 23 minutes. So, yes. Like I say, so far my impressions are that performance-wise, it's definitely heavier than other routes. Because I saw some stutters there that I've not seen before. Now, that might be stutters that I've just not noticed, because obviously I'm not used to seeing spoked wheels. But it is difficult to say. So, we are at Acton Bridge. And we're going to be proceeding to Crewe. Okay. So it's, yeah, going at Hertford, Winsford, and Crewe. So we've got about sort of 6 minutes between stops every time. That's fair enough. So I'll open up my large injector. Like that. Okay, use the blow. I'm not quite sure what that's for at the moment. However, my valves are thingying. So let's just... I mean, he should kick in automatically, right? Right, that should be putting water in. So, I mean, already, you know, stuff like this, I know it doesn't really impact the game, but it's just lazy. And that's all I can call that at that point is, you know, it doesn't take a genius to spot a mistake like that. And I'm not accusing QA of being lazy, that's a dev being lazy at that point. Well, QA too, but you know. Because you notice that and you go, that doesn't look right. That's a texture that's tearing. Also, oh dear, these fashion combinations. And again, she's either got incredible boobs, frankly, because that's the top of your boob, or, you know, yeah, like I say, it's just all, I mean, that looks alright, except to have his orange hair, and again, more tearing. That honestly has already got me a little bit disappointed, but we'll move away and see how we find it. So cylinder cocks closed, into the driver's seat. Reverse is going to go forward, and let the brakes off fully. Huh. So, like I say, I mean, the visuals here are great. This I'm completely happy with. Character modelling, as always, just not ideal. Let's be honest. And yeah. Now, if I don't want to be accusatory towards anyone here, but if I can find something within about 30 seconds of playing the game, a full-time dev / QA team should have no issues finding something like that. I am just going to quietly increase my audio levels, so I'll peak about there, which is good. So in the cab. Okay, so it's now just a case of rolling that back, standing that up further. I am just going to use that as a chance to grab a screenshot. So you can see we are on an all-red train. What's that on the rear? It's just a BCK. Yeah, so as you can see, it says a little guard's compartment there. Guard's got like half a coach to himself. So, like I say, yeah. So, the train's brilliantly detailed. But the problem with train simulators in general is they don't like, as much as, yes, they're there to simulate a train, a large part of the immersion factor is simulating the environment, right? So, cars. You've seen, you know, cars for absolutely donkey's years, you know, being flung around like... I'm just going to fully open that. I'm going to crack the large injector. Well, can about half open that and close the large injector now. And I'm going to... Regulator is now fully open. Let's see what my pressure does when I do that. It's sort of in about the same place, really, which is good. Yeah. And the speed's just gently increasing. Like I say, I do sometimes feel like there are really tiny things that are really tiny in comparison that cannot be a long fix. And, you know, I got, you know, when I was at Dovetail, so full disclosure here, I'm an ex-Dovetail dev. I have worked on Train Sim World on previous DLCs. I'm not going to go into more detail than that. Right. So, when I was at Dovetail, one of the things that was drilled into me is, hey, don't presume something simple it may not be, right? And I've sort of grown tired of that, really, because you know, I'm looking at this simulation of a train, and this is brilliant. This I absolutely love, right? The visuals here are outstanding. The flex, the bounce in the brake pipes, amazing. You know, the nameplate, the oiler ticking around, absolutely. You know, that looks absolutely spot on. That looks what a steam engine looked like in this time. Amazing. But okay, I mean, my hand's clipping through that, no biggie. It's just, yeah. Like I say, I'm not an expert, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna slam the throttle closed now as we are on approach to Hertford Station. So these are vacuum brakes. I'm presuming, actually, this is something that was discussed, is can you slide this thing? In theory, you should be able to. Nope, you can't. So, in theory, one of the things you can do on a steam engine, because they have absolutely no wheel slip protection, is if you slam the loco brake on fully, it will just absolutely slam on. Bit of power on to sustain us. I'm taking this very cautiously because honestly I have no skill in, well, I've not driven one of these before, and I'd rather just be a bit careful, cautious really. Brake goes back on, off. I feel like we're going to take up half the platform here with our loco. I'm going to get very little in the way of coaches on. So the doors are now opened. I'm stopped a little short, but frankly, yeah. Let's have a little look at the characters getting into the station. So the station, again, the environment art, pretty spot on. I've never been here, so I don't know. But, so generally, as far as I'm aware, unless you are being a swap motherfucker, to use a thingy term there, you'd have a tie on. But fair enough. Again, ties, lads. Absolute slob master general over here. Let's fly over the other side. Again, so we've already spoken. That still tears. Okay, that dress works. I mean, it's weirdly... Come on, lads. Like, that's rigged in such an awful way. Like, you can literally upskirt an NPC in this game now. So I'm gonna let them break off. Now that we've regained traction, we'll move away again. We're getting quite rapid off the blocks. You can see having a fireman here does make this a lot easier to manage. Unfortunately, yeah, again, that was somehow missed. The fact that there's nothing on the fireman's shovel. Apparently there was supposed to be. Like I say, yeah. That's one of the things that, you know, upset me, is I'm no longer at Dovetail because I was very early in my career as a developer. You know, it was my first time doing anything other than like a passion project, and I wasn't very good, if I'm honest. But I compare that with, you know, the really smack in the face blatant bugs, and I'm just, let's do that. There you go. Throwing a load of steam out the roof, but yeah. I'm going to try and get up to about 60 on this leg. Now it seems as well, as the engine has sort of warmed up a bit, even on those 2 miles, we're running better already, which is good. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to get this video out the door as soon as I could, so this is actually, well, hopefully this will be out, well, probably tomorrow at this stage, because it is break 6:10 at night already, and I tend to push for my videos to go out sooner rather than later, just because, you know, when you, like, if you see a ping from me, and you're on your way home from work, you might watch it, but if you're, like, sitting watching TV or gaming yourself, then probably not, right? But I mean, it's a hype train and all that, so you can see we go all the way down the back, which is really nice that you've... Come on, guys. Out of interest, can I take one of these off? Because you only need the one. Let's get rid of this one here. I don't... Hilarious. Hilarious. Marvellous. Frickin' fabulous. I do like the fact that steam doesn't break through a ceiling in the initial instance. Like a roof, sorry, or like a bridge in the initial instance. One little pointer I do have is the foliage. Now, I know maintenance of the way had a lot larger priority back in these days. However, it wasn't this, you know, grass wasn't this short. There weren't, you know, it wasn't a case of, there's a bush, remove it. You would have some bushes in the vicinity of the track. What this does feel a lot like is when you watch the Pathé films, which are obviously a lot lower resolution, so they don't have perhaps as much of the detail in the foliage. It sort of feels like that's what I'm in one of the Pathé films. But you can see the steam didn't break through there. It sort of rolls over the top and runs back, though. That's kind of fair enough. You know, it's a decent enough bit of immersion there. We're on the proceed aspects. Approaching Verding's sidings. Again, this looks perfectly acceptable in terms of environment art. You know, signal box. Nice Victorian era signal box. Looks good. No questions asked. And that is, again, a lovely train that we're driving. We're nearly up at 60. I'm going to pull that back a bit more now. Streamline us in for a nice sort of fast run there. And after that, it's a fast run to crew for 10 minutes. So, I'm full open now. And I'm at 60, which is exactly where I want to be, really. So I'm going to slam that controller closed. And we're just going to coast because we are about 1.5 miles away from needing to be at a stand. And I do want to figure out the braking arcs for this train. I've got to say, I generally feel like this probably wouldn't be a Jubilee diagram. This would probably be, something a bit... Like, the way I sort of understand Jubilees is they were the equivalent of, like, the Class 800, the sort of, the sexy, the fast, the sleek, intercity, that's all I do trains. Whereas this feels more like a fast stopper, so something more like, I don't know, a 170, 180, that kind of dealio. And I just, I feel like this would probably be... to be honest, I don't even know what the steam engines would be for this era, but it gives you an idea. Also, you've got the colour light signals on this route, which is interesting. It was really interesting to see, actually. Like, they were talking about it on the stream that, within 10 years, you went from this to Class 81s, which are, very tight predecessors to the 86s that still run out there today. I mean, they're not in full squadron service at this point, but they do run. And my safety valve's blowing off. Lol. What I could do is... Okay, yeah, maybe I need to full application it now. And then I want to enter the platform probably about 15, I think. Which I think I'm going to have to, in this full up... Oh god, this thing stops badly. I've got no idea when it comes to steam trains, as you can see. Is there anything else I can do? No, I'm in full brake application now. I mean, to be honest, not the worst stop I've ever done. That's actually pretty okay. I mean, I scared myself a little bit, but, Let's just push the cylinder cocks open. Open my little door here. And step down onto the platform. So again, we'll just run onto the train here. So you've got first class here. Nice sort of 3 abreast seating and a little thingy there. And then we'll walk through into the next coach. And this is open seating, 4 abreast. So this will be like standard or second class as it would be in those days. You can hear a cow there. So again, hats are a great addition. However, a boat with a pink panzer. Are you feeling rather feminine today? Whilst it is 2020 now, in those days, I'd have thrown you off my train for that. Yeah, that is a bit of a... like I say, I feel like there are lots of tiny things that let Dovetail down with their routes. Ooh, a toilet. Nope, still not model toilets. Right, let's... Panzer adjustments not cross the line except by means of the footbridge. You see, that's also a problem. Like, I stopped along, and this door's overlapped and opened. That's unsafe. Let's run down the platform and board our service. Wow. Wow. That is a... Yeah, okay, I'm not questioning that outfit. The thing is, it's the 1960s, so I'm allowed to be a little bit homophobic. But, yeah. Also, being as gay as they come myself. Okay, let's unlock the doors. Blow off my combination things and open myself up to about 20%. Got the burp there, close the cylinder cocks. Just like that, just to... Next stop, Crewe, 7.5 miles. So yeah, you can see again, the cows look quite nice. One of the things that when they first did animals that I suggested was, yeah, that's a cow sitting down being happy, making milk. Apparently that's when cows make milk, when they sit down. Might just... To be honest, yeah, like I say, it's just sometimes feels like Dovetail let themselves down with the really, like, the basics. And I think that's really unfortunate, Steam Dreams, eh? Those particle effects do look quite nice. And then But those two tail lamps, that's just a bit ridiculous. Like I say, it's... all the big picture items are here. Just the stuff you need to... oh, that's why I'm not going any faster. I'm not putting enough steam through, am I? Da 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 da. I wonder which Thomas the Tank Engine train is. It was a Jubilee. I've got the Thomas the Tank Engine theme tune in my head now, but yeah, like I say, it does just, like, you know, my main gripe so far definitely is the character modelling. It's great that they made the effort to put something in for period. However, like I say, I just feel like it needs more love than it was given. The actual locomotive itself, that's freaking brilliant. Now, yeah, like, that looks amazing, let's be honest. That is as close as you can get to actually going back in time and, you know, experiencing... just pull that back a little. Leave that wide open. Go for it, bud. Oh, you're taking a break, are you? You've got enough coal in there. So, yeah, oh no, we're going for more. So I'm pushing the train that hard, it's just... yeah. You know, there's cool little stuff, like that window opens, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, the locomotive simulation, brilliant. The sound, I mean, I am no expert on steam locomotives, I'll be totally honest. But it sounds reasonable enough, you know, there's no... okay, there's a... nope. There's no obvious signs of looping there, which is great. You know, the sound... pretty okay. Coaches... yeah. I'll accept that. I mean, obviously the jointed rail sound is missing, which is a shame. They've not figured out how they broke that. Yeah, like I say, it does feel like this DLC is, you know, if I was to give it an out of 10 score, right? 10 being go commit a crime to go buy this, 0 being nah bruh. Like, even if you're really, really bored, just go play, like, I don't know, Farm Sim or something. And this, you know, this is about a 7 or an 8, really, so far. You know, I'm no Steam Train expert, but I can look at this and say, actually, it's, you know, it's decently immersive. You know, it's not going to be something I play every day, don't get me wrong. You know, I'd love to have seen some of the early diesels appear in this, and that might come. You know, some of the early diesels, maybe some 8s. Class 8s were in traffic at this time. You know, we've already got that in the game. That would be a great little add-on for this. Unfortunately, you know, we'd need some... they're in BR Blue only, which is a shame. But, yeah, the overall, this is a lovely little train to drive. I'm just going to pull back on the power a little more. Pull back on the regulator a little more. 60... well, let's go... yeah, let's do that. Like I say, overall, I feel like I say, I think some Class 8s would be great on this. I'm not sure what their pre-tops guys was, but I know they were built for the LMS. I believe at Crew, actually, in the 1940s. And this is BR, so this is 50s to 60s, I think. So, you know, they definitely would be out in traffic at this point. That would be a cool little DLC. Maybe some little shunters, you know, like some little, like tank engines. That'd be great. And I think that'll help a lot. But I think overall as a framework, this is good. It just needs to be built upon. You know, like the people models need fixing. I can't be the only person who looks at female models after they launch, or even before they launch. I can't be. you know, and that's the kind of stuff that just lets it down, is that kind of stuff not being checked. And frankly, it's a little bit embarrassing that how long is this game out, and we're seeing the same issues like that over and over. And yeah, no, it's a minuscule issue, but it's still an issue. Anyway, soapbox going away for now. I'm just going to pull right back on the regulator and see if I can get a bit of speed on. We're 2.7 miles from Crewe. When we stop in Crewe, I'll get off the loco and we'll have a look around. But yeah, we are flying now. Bit of high-speed slip kicking in there. That's impressive. I'm on 2 ambers, which is a cautionary aspect. There you go. I'm going to try and hit 75 before I brake. Oh wow, it is loud in here. The runaway train went down the track and she blew. Sorry. Like I say, this is great as a Steam, you know, the locomotive simulation is amazing. I love watching those wheels go around. Right, I'm going to close the power lever though. We hit 75. That was my target. Brake goes in. Yeah, the large injector was still open even. I can close that for now. So the small injector, I'm probably going to leave like fully open. It's because basically what that does is that sort of tops the brake pressures off, for lack of a better phrase. Okay, we need more brake power going in. So it, you know, because these things were, you know, are handmade basically. There's always going to be a little bit of an air leak, right? And you know, therefore, and my pressure valve's blowing off. So that's probably my other little thing is the what do you call it? You know, the fireman simulation. It would be nice if he was simulated a little better, perhaps, so that we could get a reasonable approximation of him knowing the route as well as we do, and therefore he knows we're going to be coming in to a terminating station. So you'll let the fire go down a bit because, you know, we're coasting down the hill into Liverpool. We're not going to need much power, and the train's going to be sitting there. There's no use it just sitting there blowing its safety valve off the entire time. That would be my one sort of input, I guess, on this. That's the only real. You can see that I've managed to sort of get a lot better on my brakes now as well. You know, I didn't speed on that approach, which is good. Crewe Heritage Centre's in that area now. Is that one of the Crewe work sites? I don't know. Wow, look at that engine shed. Okay, I'm just going to go and have a look over here for a second. So what we've got outside, we've got De Robeck, Duncan, Palestine, Rodney, and Ceylon. Of course, these are named for warships, aren't they? I think that that Duncan's been cut up, but there is an HMS Duncan at the moment. So I wonder, yeah, Thunderer was a warship. That's cool. Okay, put a bit of brake on now. I think this is definitely a case where you have to fan the brakes to keep a reasonable amount of pressure in the actual brake pipes and cylinders in the coaches. That's obviously the main thing doing the braking here, is the rest of the train. However, I'm at a really tight margin to stop here, so I'm going to creep up to this stop marker. That is definitely really quite a. So I think this must be steam chest pressure, and this must be because steam chest pressure is right down there because we're idle and we're on approach to a station, and this will be thingy pressure, boiler pressure, and that's obviously why our safety valves are blowing off. So we'll just put a big lump of brake on now. Just bring it to a stand here. The back is well within the platform. Release the doors and let the people get off. I'll close that. Hey, dude, you can stop now. So, yeah. So overall, first impressions of Spirit of Steam. That's honestly, it's pretty good. As I was saying with my sort of out of 10 score, my sort of score out of 10 for this DLC, 8.5. That is, that's being reasonable. Like I say, the main stuff that lets it down are the little bits. Stuff that probably most people wouldn't notice, but I do. This is my first impression. You've been seeing me playing it for the last 35 minutes. That is my first impression. Overall, I'm not here to... actually, there's one thing I may scream if they've got wrong. Am I sitting on something or not? I am sitting on something brilliant. That was one of my main bugbears had they got that wrong. But, no, they got that right. So, mid-gear, we'll release that. We'll close that, open that fully, destroy the brake pipe pressure, and there we go. So I need to close the doors here at crew, and we'll get the I've ended up on top of my fireman. Is that sexual? Are you harassing me? Are you harassing me sexually? In the workplace? If so, that's not cool, man. Ooh, I got a Steam achievement. But anywhoozle, like I say, like the hats are great. I mean, look how snazzy that lady looks in a fedora. Her arm just clipped through the little watering tower there, but I can live with that. But again, I mean, I saw something clip there as she sat down. Yeah, we got clipping again. Like I say, if I can notice this in one pass, surely, some developers can notice it in however long they get to QA test. But what do I know? Anyways, water pipe arm. So I can move that out to fill my loco. I mean, it's in the wrong place. Out of interest, if I stand here and move that closed, does that collide with the top of my train? It does a little bit. It does a little bit. Oh, and Thunderer is away. Oh, it said it was a London Euston train, so this probably would be a Jubilee, actually. Interesting, I could hear the safety valves blowing off there, but I couldn't hear that sort of chuff, chuff, chuff sound. But anyway, so running around crew a little bit, honestly, the environment art is great. It does feel a little bit clean, is what I would say. So, you look at that up there, and that's got no sort of smut, steam on it. The rails are like the... So in railway modelling, there are sort of... If you look at the really good model railways, if you look at a area of mainline, there's, the tracks are spotless. There's no grime at all. Even in the real world, by the way, you'll see this. There's no grime. The tracks look amazing. They look like they were just like yesterday because they might have been. But in sort of stations or stabling locations, you get a lot of grime in the forefoot. The forefoot is the gap between the rails. So I think it's a little bit better here. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. That might just be the shadow. That still seems a little bit clean to me. Yeah, like I say, and the reason for that is you'll end up with trains, all stop in the same place, vaguely, and as a result, there's oil going to be dripping off them into about the same place. Also, you can climb up on things with this, and that's why you end up with like oil seeped in and stuff. That's a really nice little point run model there. I like that. I like that a lot. Got BRN, no idea what that means, and then it links around to the point motor here. That's quite nice, and that's a very nice little touch. The Dove Electric Railway Signal Company Limited, London, made in England. I quite like that. I'm not gonna lie, I like that. That's a nice touch, and not many people would notice that. Obviously, that's down to the fact that you can't just, probably English Electric or someone like that, or General Electric would be making that. You can't just slap people's logos on stuff without asking permission. Let's come and have a look at the... Wow. So this stabling location, again, is pretty spotless. You have lots of, these things, absolutely freaking hemorrhage oil. If there's oil, if there's with general aviation aircraft, there's a saying. If there's oil in the oil pan, it means there's oil in it. If there's no oil in the oil pan, there's no oil in the aeroplane. Repulse. Rodney. So HMS Rodney was definitely a warship. HMS Palestine, I presume, would have been. Duncan. Obviously, Duncan's now a Type 45 destroyer. To be honest, I'm not sure what I'd prefer to have. A Jubilee called Duncan, or a Type 45. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's have a look at the brake van. That is actually something I'm curious about, because the brake van actually adds a lot of possibility once they let us make our own formations. So that should have been applied since it's stabled in here, but you've got your sitting location here. You can climb out on the back, come out here, stand about. Cool, I like this. This is pretty much what brake vans, like when when you're on Preserve Railway and they do brake van rides. It's pretty much what it feels like. So yeah, happy with that. You can see you've got your protected viewing points here so that you don't like lose your head or anything, because that would be embarrassing. Let's see. Oh, turntable. What I'll do is I am gonna, before I end the video, I am gonna go and have a look at an 8F. Interesting. So yeah, right, cool. So it's basically hand powered turntable. Let's go back to the main menu, and we're going to do one last look, and that's going to be at the good old 8F. The 8F I personally really like. The 8F just looks gorgeous. And then after that, we're going to get going places. I say we're going to get going places, we'll wrap the video up. Sorry, I'm freaking delusional or whatever. Let's see. So we've got our wonderful 8F here. So we're just going to prepare this, drive this special. Ooh, that's cool. That is actually a really cool service. I might do that for a route learner. Just want a nice short freight hop, like 5-10 minutes. Drive this branch freight from Ditton to Speak. We're not going to drive this all the way, but it'll be really interesting to have a look at it, so I think we should do that for sure today. Alrighty folks, I'm probably going to start wrapping this video up in the next couple of moments. Like I say, we'll have a look at this loco, and then probably end it there. But like I say, overall my opinions on this are generally pretty good. It's, I don't feel, put it that way, I don't want a refund. I'm quite happy driving this train about. Or this, I think it's going to take me some time to learn it and get comfortable, which is actually really good. Let's have a little saunter about. So, yep, here's hair clips 2. This is a bookfinding exercise for me at this point. Ooh, that's cool. Safety valve's blowing off. I'll be back in a minute, mate. Got some vans. Oh, it won't let me unlock it. I definitely want to try and do like a hobo ride on one of these days. Got some planks loaded in there. Nice dress she's wearing. I have a similar one. And then yeah. All right, we'll mount up and we'll get out of here. It's literally, how far are we going? Speak goods. Speak. Okay, so it's not that far at all. Like I say, we're just going to get moving, get a feel for the loco. It actually, you can see what Stanya was thinking when he invented this. Break off. No lamps at all on the front of this train, which is interesting. Do I have the ability to put them on? No, I do not. Okay. I'll just spin that forward. Yep, again, just spinning the wheels. Again, like, this is pretty good. This loco is filthy. It's a workhorse. I like it. Built at Crewe in 1935. It's about 20 years old at this point. It's a bit tired. That's fine. You've got the spoked wheels there. Outstanding. I'm looking rather dapper. I look like I'm a member of the Royal Air Force, quite frankly. That's the way that uniform jacket comes off to me. I know it's designed to be like that sort of tough material, but it looks, honestly, that to me looks like a denim jacket. And I think that's the way the materials have been done in the game. So, overall, really, you know, this does feel nice. You know, I've got the brake fan at the back. I am going to probably do a video where we jump in a brake fan and ride along. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Actually, stopping this thing's got... We're at 25, which is probably the maximum this would do, I think. Because the... So... Is this a fitted brake train? Okay, the vans are fitted. So are these fitted? They might be. I don't think they are. Or maybe they're just like through lines, but not, you know. Let's just do a running brake check. Yep, pretty happy slowing down, so we can put the power back on. I mean, 25 is the maximum for an unfitted. (1972) General Appendix to Working Timetables, Books, Regulations says classes 6, 7, 8 and 9 will be timed to reflect the maximum speed of 45 miles per hour or other such low speed it may be necessary to impose on individual trains. So 45 is what we're allowed. So full open, please. So one of the cool things here at this station, we'll let our train cruise past, here at Hillbank, is this is post-beaching. So you can see the station's all boarded up. You know, there's a couple of buckets been left. But apart from that, you know, it's pretty sad. The station's closed. There's no one here. You know, it's all boarded up, closed down. I mean, you'd find a homeless population moving in here pretty rapidly. But, yeah, apart from that, you know, it's a little bit of sort of sad old station, I guess. The 8F is absolutely working its little socks off. Let's fly back up the front. Wow, this is a new. Like, say, this really, like, at this stage, this is really nice. You can see the jiggling as we move across bumps. You can see the ripple going down the train. You can, yeah, honestly, this is pretty cool. Pretty special, boys. Pretty special. So I can turn that on, which gives us a nice bit of backlighting, which is good. So we'll just do that. 2.8 miles to our first stop out, which is Speak Down Goods. I mean, we're at 45 now, so I'll just close that power and we'll coast. We're racing a car in a van. Actually, that's a point. Are they flying through each other? Or is that a 4-lane motorway? No, well, the car's overtaking the van, it would seem. Which I guess is fair enough. Oh, my apologies for that, folks. We're back. I am doing this from the external position just so that we can, you know, actually see the train at work and appreciate that, I guess. But overall, this is pretty cool, you know? This is... so it's... You can see, we've basically gone... We're just going into here. So we'll stop there and... Probably set back, I guess, from there. I don't know. We'll see. But Speak is quite a large junction on the route. Again, all of that's gone now. Yeah. Okay, I said I was going to do this running full, so we are going to wrap it up here, folks. I'll probably finish this. I will finish this off on my own time. But like I say, overall opinions, honestly, pretty good. The freight is probably better than the, you know, in my opinion, is better done than the passenger stuff, just because the character models aren't perfect. Just quite upsetting, really. You know, but it is what it is. Anyhow. Like I say, I definitely recommend going out and buying this if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Wait for your next payday. Anyway, folks, have a wonderful weekend. I think, yeah, this will be coming out on Thursday. So have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. I'm off all weekend. Woot woot. Actually, this will be coming from Wednesday. So have a wonderful Thursday, Friday, and enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye for now.